You're listening to BL in the Air. My name is Chy.
And I'm Alex.
And today we are going to go through something that we called our tier list, which is basically a tier list of all of the Thai BLs that we cried while watching, from having a breakdown to like didn't cry and anywhere in between. So if you're a big crier,
Like me.
yeah, like Alex is, I think we'll have a lot to talk about. So, but before we do that, what's in the air with you?
Perfect 10 liners.
Oh, is it done?
No, we have 2 episodes left.
Oh my god. It's
I,
been going on for like a year.
I know, it's been going on so long. I don't know what I'm going to do when it's over,
Mhm.
and I don't have like my Sunday routine because like I get up, I make a coffee, I sit down and I watch it. Like that is just it's been
Aw.
cuz it's such a like low stakes but like in a good way, right? Like cuz there's some like low
Mm.
stakes shows where it's like okay, this is whatever, but like this one I'm so invested in all of these characters. It's one of those I'm like I feel like I'm watching my best friends.
Aw. Those are kind of the best shows, I feel, where it just feels like having like sitting down with your friends and like observing or something.
Yeah, and I love it so much. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Although I will say there's been
Oh.
a lot of Yota slander here lately, and I will not stand for that. I need y'all to
Oh
stop
no.
projecting uh Fai's trauma onto him. It is not Yoda's fault.
This is a PSA.
I just I take offense to that.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel like, because I haven't watched any of Perfect Ten Liners yet, but I feel like every couple weeks, like on Twitter, there'll be a thing about one of the characters being like a red flag or something, and then it's like, I'm always just like, what is happening in that show?
Yeah, okay, so there's one like solid red flag character in my opinion, but he's like a side
Uh huh.
character, so it's kind of like that's fine. You can go be a red flag, and then there's some beige, yellow, whatever, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because nobody's perfect. It's fine. And I will
Yeah.
say,
They,
one of
they're
them,
not they're the imperfect Ten Liners.
yeah, I mean they're perfect 10 liners because they're hot, is what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
Not because of their personalities, I guess.
yeah, and it's because I'll say so like it's eight episodes per like story arc, and like this last one is nothing but green flags. But like
Mm-hmm.
it's fine. Today, there's a rooftop scene. It might be my favorite rooftop scene in any BL now. Like, Bad Buddy Who,
Oh,
right?
I was gonna say, I was like, I feel like Bad Buddy kind of has the monopoly on
It,
that,
it
but
does, but the scene was so emotional and so well done that I was just like, this is where I cried today. Like, this was my,
oh,
for me crying, this is where I
I
cried
see. So
today.
that's why it's on the list.
This show has made me cry
Spoilers.
multiple times. It's like every other episode, I'm like crying. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Now that it's like almost over, I'll probably start it. I
yeah,
just didn't want to like, have to watch it for like 30 weeks straight, but
it's only
I'll binge it.
24. It's fine.
24. Okay. Man, yeah, that's gotta be like the longest Thai BL
Yeah,
ever.
not including like multiple season shows. I'm pretty sure this is the longest one.
Yeah.
But for
I mean,
on
most max out at 12, and then even some of the older ones are like 15, but like.
yeah, I will say for ensemble, this was like the best way to do it if you're gonna go this in depth in
Mm.
characters, because it's like because it's going over multiple school years, right? So it takes 3 school years to get through the show, and
Mhm.
so you add more and more characters. So it was really rough, I would say, going from the first arc to the second arc because that like episode 9 was like so many new characters. I was like, I don't know who anyone is all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But like after that, I got better. I just know episode 9 was like me going, oh my god, who, what? 'Cause it didn't help that it was a lot of actors I didn't know. Um,
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's always difficult.
yeah, so but no, Perfect 10 Lighters. It's I don't like college shows.
Mhm.
This is so near and dear to my heart now. This is one of
That's
my favorites. This
good.
is gonna be such a comfort show for me to go back to.
Mhm. I'm glad it like broke that like stereotype for you.
Yeah, it was nice to have like a good college show that wasn't just kind of boring. 'Cause it's
Mhm.
never like the actors. Like I always love the actors because even like going back to like Hidden Agenda, which I don't think you've seen either, right? Because it's Jung Dunk.
No.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
it was good, but I don't remember anything of it. I remember like a couple of the like the scenes between like Jung and Dunk and like their relationship, but the overall plot, I couldn't tell you a single thing.
Yeah.
And that's like my biggest problem with a lot of them is they all kind of turn out the same.
Mhm.
And in this one, it's very distinct plot lines and not much in the classroom, which is
That's
nice.
good. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of times when it's like they're in class all the time, I'm like, all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, we can move on from this part.
Yeah. I've been there. I don't need to go back.
Yeah. So, but what about you? What's in the air?
Well, I just, as of like an hour ago or so, I finished the last episode of Jail Boys, and I think I'm a different person now.
Oh wow.
It was, I don't even like have words for it. Like, I just loved it so much. Um, it's only 7 episodes, so I I want more so bad, especially like there's one like pairing in the show that I fucking love, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, like I need to see more of them." And it's hard cuz like all of the actors haven't been in a lot of stuff prior to this show.
Yeah,
Like there's like one actor who I saw, there's a Netflix Thai show called Ready Set Love,
I've
which I
heard of it.
watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was a character in that show, and so he's the only one I recognized. So I went through all the other actors, like my drama list, and it's just because they've like this is like the first show some of them have been in. So I'm like, oh my god, I want more content with like these actors and characters and relationships, whatever. But there's nothing. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, that's always the rough part of finding a show that's got a bunch of newbies in it because it's like I
Mhm.
can't fill the void.
I know. I feel so empty now that it's done. But I
Hmm.
really want to get my nails done. They're really boring. But yeah, I feel like the show was just so like stylistically inspiring.
What does that mean?
Like, mm, so the whole show it's like very maximalist
Mm.
and
Hmm.
like colorful
Oh,
and like I don't, it's very stylistically distinct, but it makes me like I want to go like do my nails a bunch of crazy colors. I want to go like buy clothes that are more colorful. I bought a sweater the other day that is like super bright like purple and pink, which I usually just wear like black, and I was like I literally think Gel Boys has inspired me to like expand my sense of style.
that's cool.
So, yeah.
Maybe I need to watch
So
it
it's
for
just
that because I also only wear black.
yeah. No, it was like it was a really unique show, and I really really loved it. So,
Yeah, I'll have to check it out soon. Especially 7 episodes
mhm.
is low commitment.
Yeah, I would say I mean the episodes are maybe a little longer, but like
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty short in general. And it was so this was the most stressed I've been for a finale in so long.
Oh
Like,
no.
oh my god, I was like I need to like I was like if this doesn't end the way I want it to, like I got to get like the shots ready or something cuz there were multiple parts in the episode where I was just like distraught. And then I'd be like, "Oh my god, like okay, I'm happy now. Okay." And then I'm like, "Oh no, they fucked it up again. Now I'm like stressed." Yeah, so I it's hard to explain without like giving anything away, but it's basically just like situationships and teenagers doing teenager things. So
Yeah. Glad not to be in that era anymore.
I know.
Teenage
Yeah, I
drama was
agree.
rough.
Yeah, it's great like now like watching with
Mhm.
my fully developed like frontal cortex,
Mhm.
and it's like but it's also more like frustrating cuz it's like I'm just like, oh, I just want them to like to communicate and like, figure this out and stuff. But then I have to be like, okay, but when I was that age, I was also probably
Yeah.
like doing stupid shit like this. So, like I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I
But
was either well, I was always in like long-term relationships. Both my high school relationships were like 2.5 years long. Um,
mm,
but outside of that, I was like
yeah.
always immediately in a situation.
Well, this might be relatable for you then. It's like situationship central.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'll check it out soon.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching a whole lot that's not like on air stuff, so I only have to watch like one episode. Like
Mhm.
I haven't watched like a single episode of Knock Knock Boys since the last time I talked about it like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really I don't think I've watched that much else recently, so.
Yeah, it's been tough just because work took up a lot of time and then trying to catch up on some stuff for the show.
Mhm.
So, but it's all good. I'll get
Yeah.
back to it soon.
Yeah, me too. Well, should we go through our tier list?
Yeah, so we have 5 categories. Um
Mhm.
and well actually backtrack. We'll be posting ours, of course, after the show, and then we'll be posting the link to this as well, so you can go through and add your own and tag us and let us see how you came out. If see, I want to know who's a crybaby like me.
Yeah, I know, right? Then we can make a tier list of our listeners from who cries the most to the least. The
Call
tier
everyone
tier
out.
list. Mhm.
So, but we have 5 categories, and our 5 categories start at had a breakdown. Um,
Good
it's,
start.
yeah, sobbed, cried, shed a tear, and then either didn't cry or didn't watch.
Mhm.
Um, I have them as like a bell curve, except I didn't have any on mine that I didn't cry, didn't watch on, since I made it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I will say mine is I think you're going to be doing most of the talking cuz I have a couple shows on here, but like I don't cry as much watching shows. So,
yeah, I just
yeah.
if you search cried in our Discord server, it's like all me.
Yeah.
It's all me going. This made me cry.
One of them was like, "This show made me cry, and I don't even like any of the characters." That made me laugh.
Yeah, that was
But yeah,
Pluto.
that was Pluto. Yeah,
Um, yeah.
I get it. But yeah, we'll do our best to not like spoil anything. Like,
Yeah, we won't go into too much detail on some of these, especially like
yeah,
I know for a fact the two that I have as a had a breakdown you haven't seen, and I would
yeah,
like you to watch them at some point.
yes, I appreciate it.
Um, yeah, so I have 2 for had a breakdown. How many do you have? Any? Okay,
Zero.
that's what I thought.
What do you have?
So first it was Until We Meet Again,
Okay.
which is
Yes.
the first series that like the where Between Us is the second one with um Boone and Prem. I had to think. I was
Mhm.
like, I almost said Boom, and I'm like, nope.
No, that's not
Yeah,
them.
no, it's Boone and Prem, and so they're also in Until We Meet Again. But like the first episode of Until We Meet Again is devastating. I
Yeah, I know like what happens right away, and I can see
yeah, it's
like why you would have a breakdown.
it's Kuhart, and I forget who is with him, and like normally like for me to I need some sort of attachment to the character even if I don't like the characters like in Pluto. I need some sort of attachment for me to like get emotional. But for
Mhm.
me to be like I don't know, like 10-20 minutes into it and be like I am invested in what is happening right now and it's not good.
Yeah. I
So,
feel like that's impressive if a show makes you cry within the first like 20
yes.
minutes.
Yes, it was just one of those like that one like the fact that episode 1 is what caused me to have a breakdown.
Mhm.
Like it doesn't get much better after that. I'm just like sad like the entire show. But like episode 1 was my breakdown.
Yeah.
And my other breakdown is Something in My Room with Soup and Nut.
Oh, the ghosty one.
Yes. The ending of that one caused me emotional damage.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what happens, but I
Mhm.
do feel like cuz the premise is like it's a guy and then a ghost and that's the ship and then the ghost needs to like move on.
Yeah.
So so he's like
Yeah.
not
You can kind of
haunting this
guess.
world anymore.
Yeah, you can guess what would
Yeah.
happen. There
I
was
feel like there's just no good like outcome for a concept like that, you know,
yeah,
or no
so
like like fully happy.
yeah, it's definitely bittersweet. Like halfway through the
Mhm.
show, I was like, "Oh, I can see how this goes differently." I don't want to give away like my thought process because I don't want to spoil anything, but
Mhm.
there was like this moment where it was like, "Oh, if we did this, then everything's going to end fine and we're good." And then something else happened and I went, "Oh, that can't happen now." I'm like, "Okay.
Yeah.
That theory is dead." Um,
Yeah, that's kind of how that there's that one old Singto Ohm show where it's also like Singto's character is a ghost and then Ohm's character is just like a human.
mhm.
And like I don't, it's been so long since I watched it, but I also think I just remember being like, oh no, like I feel like there's no way this is gonna end super well. So
Yeah. And so I think what was worse for me, and this is going to be some Pit Babe spoilers, but I watched this because I wanted to see more Supa Nut after how Pit Babe ended.
mm, yeah, yeah,
So to go from Pit Babe to
uh,
this was awful.
yeah. Nut has he's got a rough time with his characters.
He does. But I will say the
uh,
show's still really good. I still recommend it.
mhm. Yeah, I love him. I definitely need to watch that one as well.
Mhm. So you don't have any for how to break down. Do you have any under
I
sobbed?
I don't. I was trying to. Okay, I was trying to decide like how like what the difference is between like our tears sobbed and cried, and I'm like, okay, sobbed is like like heavy, like breathing, like gasping for air too. And then I was like, I don't really think I did that.
Yeah.
So
How to break down was like me having to like pause to like and like step away, right? Especially
yeah, yeah.
like and then sobbed is the heavy crying where I'm like, okay, like having not quite hyperventilating because like hyperventilating came with like had a breakdown, but
Mhm.
and then cried was just like a normal cry for me, and then shed a tear is like I had like one or two like tears come down.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was like I was really trying to think about it and I was like I don't even think I can put any in sobbed.
Well, I have three.
Okay. Great. What are they?
So the first one, Gemini said it's a BL, so I'm calling it a BL, and it's High School
Mm.
Frenemy.
Ah, yes.
This one I cried quite a few times. Um,
Oh. Like during like sad moments or like what
yeah,
kind of
it's
moments?
mostly sad, I would say.
Okay.
I don't want to give any spoilers on that one. I desperately need you to watch it.
I know. I keep saying I'm going to and I do mean it.
Yeah, I just
I've just been in like the mood for like more like campy like silly things. So I just haven't like I just need to get in the mood for it and then I 100% I'm sure I will love it.
yeah. So if you're in the mood for campy silly, then you need to start watching My Golden Blood. We're 2 episodes in.
Oh, I forgot that one started airing.
Yeah, that is campy as fuck.
Okay.
I
Perfect.
I did, so I didn't watch like the trailer, like the newest one, and I guess I thought I watched the original, like the pilot that came out whatever last year. Um,
Mhm.
I was not expecting it to be quite this campy.
Like yeah, it's not on purpose though, is it?
I have no idea, but I'm literally physically cringing watching it.
No. Okay. Yeah, I'll start that one and then I guess in between episodes I'll get through High School Frenemy.
Yeah, because High School Frenemy definitely is a lot heavier. Um, it's
Uh-huh.
high school drama, but add in fighting. Um,
Yeah.
so
High School Gang Wars.
yeah, sorta. It's mostly just two of them having problems with each other. Um,
Mhm.
which is so funny because they're both cinnamon rolls in real life,
Yeah.
especially Nani. I think Sky just has adapted. Um, okay, so that's my first one. My second one that I sobbed through was Tampo.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay. Like towards the end of the show or like multiple points?
multiple points. Like
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Like at the end, it was like sobbing like some happy tears, but like
Uh-huh.
even at the beginning of like the last episode, I was like sobbing.
Yeah. Yeah, towards the end it does kind of get emotional. Like I feel like you're just very empathetic when you see people cry, you
Hmm.
cry.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah, that makes sense.
my weak spot is guys crying. I have a much harder time with that than
Mm.
girls because I think because as a girl I cry so easy that I'm like okay, like I feel bad, right, and I'll empathize, but like
Mhm.
because I'm so used to guys not crying that when I do see a guy cry I'm like oh shit.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it
yeah, I always think like there's nothing worse than like seeing your dad cry, for example, cuz it
yeah.
just never happens. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Or even like I've had like a like boyfriends cry over like something like serious that's happened and I'm just like oh, this is the first time in like 3 years I've ever seen you cry and I'm like what is happening, what do I do?
I know, yeah.
So guys
I
are
always too like I think about like actors and stuff and like how some of them like can cry on command or like when they're in this scene like you get yourself emotionally to the place where you can cry and I'm just
Mhm.
like oh my god I that sounds like awful like
I can
I
cry
don't
on
know.
demand, but that's because I have like a whole list of just sad things that can make me cry.
No.
It take because I'm so close to tears at any given moment anyway that it's just it
Uh-huh.
takes nothing.
Yeah.
But that as an actor, getting out of that headspace would be so hard.
Mhm.
I don't remember what
Yeah.
I don't remember what show it was, but there was one where Cao Tung had a hard time coming out of a scene, and it took like a while for him to like calm back down. Um, I want to say maybe it
Yeah.
was the eclipse, maybe.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I know I was watching like cuz I've been watching more behind the scenes of shows and it seems to be like, you know, kind of a like a thing that happens like if you just like get yourself in that headspace like even though the scene wraps
hmm.
a lot of times the actor will still just be like sobbing and I'm like oh man like
Yeah.
I couldn't put myself through that.
Yeah, I would very much struggle with that.
uh
I think getting out of that headspace would be harder than like having to like learn how to do kiss scenes.
that's so true,
Like
yeah.
not that I want to do kiss scenes either, honestly, because I would also catch feelings so quickly. Like some of these scenes, I'd be like, "What are we afterwards?" And then be like,
Oh my
"Actors," and I'm like,
god,
"Are you sure?"
I know that's I literally that's the other thing I think of when I watch the behind the scenes is I'm just like oh my god I would how do you like not fall in love with every co-star you
Yeah,
have.
especially like with Thai BL where they it's the same ship for like a lot of the shows, right? Like so
Mhm.
like like first Cow Tongue, you know, they're what 3 4 shows deep now. Um,
Mhm.
I would I would struggle to to be normal.
I would too. I just especially like during like workshops and stuff and it's like okay, your workshop today is to stare lovingly into each other's eyes and hold hands and cuddle for 45 minutes.
Yeah,
Like I'm fucked. I'm a goner. I
yeah,
can't like I stand no chance in that scenario if I
me
was an
neither.
actor. Yeah.
So it'd be one of those the everyone talks about fan service. I'm like, I am this is fan service for me because this is now a one-sided romance.
Yeah. Oh my god.
This
That's so
right?
true.
This
That's
is
even worse though. Like
where you're the only one that falls. Yeah.
yeah. But then you have to act like you do
Yep.
or like act like you don't.
Mhm. Like find
That
that
should be the
balance.
premise of a show.
One-sided actor romance.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I
That'd
watching
be
right
really
now?
meta.
I was just watching something with an actor. Oh, hold on. What's on my MDL? Because I was watching something that was like not far off from that.
Oh, like the character was an actor.
Yeah. Top Form. Top Form
Oh,
started.
I've been seeing that on Tumblr.
Yeah, it's really good. Um,
Okay.
it's apparently based off of like a manual or something like that. Um,
Yeah.
and so everyone's saying it's better than the manual in the comments. I am unfamiliar with the source material. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, it is very much a one-sided crush with an actor right now. But they're not a ship is the only thing. So
Uh,
yeah,
I see. Okay. That's that's piquing my interest for sure.
Yeah, it's good. It aired with 2 episodes, which was kind of cool. So,
Yeah. Okay.
um, but yeah, okay. So Tame Po's my second one, which
Mhm.
awesome. William Est are so Tame Po coded. It freaks me out a little.
They are. Although I feel like Est is probably like so different from Poe is. Like,
Yeah, like personality wise, yes,
yeah.
different. But also, like, I think I bookmarked the tweet. I have to find it because somebody was talking about like just S just does everything for William, like because
Mm.
William's schedule is insane.
I
Um,
bet.
between having to do like ship stuff with S and then handle like the Lycan stuff, like the way he
Mhm.
balances it is crazy. But like he does, and Est was talking about yeah, so Est gets to choose and edit all of William's like Instagram photos. So William will just take a bunch of photos and send them to Est to figure out, and then he'll edit them and send them back. So all William has to do is like post them.
Mhm.
He does all that, and then he like follows him around on his schedules and like supports him from like behind the stage and whatever. And like, I guess Est lives closer to wherever a lot of their schedules are, so William just stays over all the time because he's closer. And like, he lets William like borrow all of his clothes and like literally just spoils him by buying him whatever. Like takes care of him so well, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on with those two, if it's just friendship or what, but like. Est is
That
like
is very tame Poe core.
it really is. Um, because like William's adorable and whatever with him too, and then like watching like William get jealous when like S does like anything is the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I forgot what William did the other day, and S just wrote blocked, and I was like, that's not fair. We all caught you red-handed talking to some guy at an event.
Oh my god. Dude, Esther's so funny. I love him so much.
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
the
but yeah,
big scandal.
it was the funniest thing because like William was upset, and S was like, he's just a friend. Like I don't know what's going. And like,
Yeah, just this hot model just like asked me for my number. Like, chill. Like,
right? And then
it's nothing, I swear.
Lego's following that guy on Instagram already, and like just it was
Lego's
messy, and
always at the scene of the crime somehow.
he is, and like it's messy, but
Yeah.
it's in like the funniest way. Like nobody took it
Yeah.
serious, so it was
Yeah,
good.
no. I
Like,
love that everyone was like teasing him about it. Like,
mm-hmm.
but like in good spirit. Because I know
Yeah,
sometimes fans can get weird about that stuff. But
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, my last one that made me sob was Kin Porsche.
Oh. Oh. At first I was like, when? But then I was like, oh, Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
First, Vegas having like just a like his like breakdown was rough,
Mm-hmm.
but also like everyone dying there in the warehouse was also a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. That was insane.
Yeah,
To be honest, I was like, wow.
I
Wasn't
actually
expecting this.
watched a video from Perth, who played one of the characters, right? So Australian Perth. Um,
Yes.
watched a video of
Love
him
him.
talking about the characters. His character was not in the book apparently,
Yeah. I
and
think I watched the same video.
yeah, so that was a really interesting video from him,
Mm-hmm.
from behind the scenes, and like he was talking about how like his character wasn't. Spoilers here, but Ken Porsche's older. But his
Yeah.
character wasn't supposed to die in that episode. Was supposed to die in the next episode. So when he like sat down and watched it, he was like, "Oh wait, what is happening?"
Yeah. Could you imagine? Be like, oh, I guess that's it.
Yeah. Um. So, but
Mm,
yeah, no, that was one that definitely made me sob. Also, I
fair.
have such a soft spot for Vegas that I should not
I know.
have.
You're definitely the number one Vegas. I don't
Yeah.
want to say supporter, but like defender.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of us out there. If you start searching for like Vegas on like Kin Porsche stuff on like TikTok and like
Yeah.
Twitter, like the support this
People
man
love Vegas.
is crazy. How much we're all like, it's fine. We're all colorblind. He's a green flag.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like,
I feel like most of the fans though are like, yeah, I know he's like a red flag, but I still love him.
yeah,
And I respect that. Like
yeah,
that's how I feel about like Boston. Like
Mm-hmm.
Does he suck? Absolutely. Is he one of my favorite characters?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. It's delusional Alex though would date Vegas. Real
Oh god.
Alex would not. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's
But that's
because
the thing. It's a story. Like
yeah,
it's fictional
it's
anyway,
fine.
so
I just
yeah.
if I somehow accidentally end up dating a Vegas, I'm gonna need everyone to tell me because I'm
Yeah.
not sure I'll see it.
Yeah. All
Because
hands on deck.
yeah, because it's like my brain will be on like Vegas Porsche motorcycle date thing they had. Um
Mm.
that's where
Oh
I'm at,
yeah.
and then we can ignore the murdery torture side.
Yeah. That's yeah, just look past it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Not a big deal.
What's a little mafia drama? Um,
Yeah. Right. It's
I
exciting.
this girl on TikTok keeps popping up. I say girl, she's like 10 years older than me.
Mhm.
This woman, she is like the ex-wife to like a mob boss or something like that, and so she's been telling her stories, and like
Is she gonna
who
get like whacked for that? Like,
I have no idea, but like
okay.
like it's like who she was married to, all that is like public, so like she's telling the truth to at least an extent, right?
Uh.
Because like that guy went to jail and stuff. So, but yeah, I'm just like, oh, this
Oh.
is interesting. I'm like, this would be an interesting life, and she's always in the comments going, no, that's
Yeah.
that's not the point of this.
No.
And I'm like, okay, but like an interesting life is a fun life.
Yeah. It's
This-
definitely thrilling.
yeah, this is why I'm single because this is my thought process of like, interesting keeps things from being mundane. What's a little
Oh god.
adventure?
Yeah. Good luck out there. I'm now if you start dating someone, I'm gonna be like slightly worried.
Oh boy.
I'll be like, what do they do for work? Um,
Yeah.
hope it's legal.
If you only knew about the potential career paths I almost had. They were all legal, but they were all very interesting.
Oh, I mean, I do know you're a chemist, so I could see.
Yeah. I mean, nothing I do with that's very interesting. I had a
Hmm.
former boss who did some side work for the FBI, but that's about it.
Oh, it's an
So,
interesting side gig.
yeah, it's he had to go to like court and stuff or explain some stuff, like I guess how paint gets applied or something like that. I don't know. He wasn't allowed to talk about it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. Anyway, crying TV shows.
Yeah. I do have a couple for this tier, at
Oh,
least.
a couple.
I have two exactly.
I have 8.
8. Oh my god. All right.
What are your 2? I'm tired of talking.
So, okay, this is the one show I cried the most while watching is Tale of a Thousand Stars.
Okay.
So,
That's on my
that's
list here too. Same tier.
yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, that one, I think there are a couple different moments when I cried.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, especially it just gets so I mean, we just did a whole episode on the show, so,
Yeah.
we've talked a lot about it, but like I so with that show, I get so like emotionally attached to like the characters and like everything they're all going through like so much and I like really feel that and like Mix's acting. It's always like Mix that makes me cry. I mean,
Yeah.
he's the main character, but like he like when he cries in the show like I feel it.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember when I was prepping for the show and I was like kind of speed running through some of the episodes as like a speed run, and I hit a point in like I think the 11th episode where I was literally like speed running of like watching like 10 seconds and then fast forwarding like 30, and I somehow still
Mhm.
cried because of him.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
And I was like, "What is this?"
I know. Yeah, it's just so like it hits me in the feels.
Mhm.
So that's why that's my highest rated tier.
That's so funny.
Yeah. um and then the other one I have in this tier, you haven't seen and it's also not a BL, but it's Peaceful Property. So
It's close enough. It's fine.
it's it's close enough. I needed as many shows as I could get, but
Is it the
the
Force
episode
book
I
episode?
it's the Force book episode,
Okay.
which is gay, so we're including it. But yeah, I would say there was another. So there's an episode that Force book is in, and it's very beautiful, and it's again, I guess, like a ghosty love story, but it's like a tragedy kind of, and and it's so beautiful, and there's like one scene where there's dancing, and I cried. I was like, oh my god, this is really like, I wasn't expecting, because like Peaceful Property is such an interesting show because it's part comedy, like it's very much a comedy, and then you'll get these episodes that are so heartbreaking and beautiful and devastating, and I just like was not prepared for it. So yeah, and then there's like another scene with like one of the main characters, her dad, that made me cry too. So
It's on my to watch list at one point, specifically because of the Force book episode. Because when that came out, people
yeah,
lost it. Um,
it's my favorite thing I've seen Force book in, and it's
one
one
episode of a show.
episode. Yeah, but I just thought they killed it.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see them in stuff that's a little more serious.
Mhm.
Which
I
their
would
next show
too.
is, right? I think because it's a crime show or something like that. Whatever
I
fantasy. It's
think
the one that doesn't make any sense. Um,
yeah. Yeah, we'll see what that one turns out being like cuz I have no idea.
yeah. Well, I the first one on here, I actually moved to Sob for me,
Oh, okay.
and that's the Heart Killers.
Oh, okay. That
'Cause-
doesn't surprise me.
yeah, I went back and forth on this one a lot since we already talked about this one. It's the scene where Dunk cries into
Mhm.
where Style cries into Cant's
Mm.
shoulders. That scene,
Yeah,
I
on the chair.
yeah, like on the
Yeah.
like ground outside the gas station or whatever. Like
Yeah.
that one. I
Okay.
I fell apart with him. Like I was already
Mhm.
like that's I was crying already, but when he fell apart, I was done.
Yeah.
So that one needs to get moved to Sob for me, I think. So I'll have 4 in Sob.
Okay. I
And
see.
yeah, and then I have Perfect 10 liners, which makes me cry constantly, but it's definitely just like a normal cry. Like even today, like the the rooftop scene today definitely made me cry.
Mhm.
Um I am so surprised. Like I didn't know anything about Junior going into this, and I am so surprised by his acting. I love him.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't think I've seen him in anything that I can think of.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else I've seen him in because he's paired with Mark, right? Who was in
Mhm.
the show with Mac, the
Yeah.
um, can they star
Sky
in?
in your heart, star in your
Yeah,
mind, sky
something
in your
Sky
some
in my mind, something like that. I can never
it's
remember the
some
name of it.
combination of those words.
Can never remember the name of that one. So it was like I was
I
familiar
know.
enough with Mark. Um,
Mhm.
I definitely and Junior Mark together is a good pairing. Um,
Mhm.
Perfect 10 liners as a whole has just been very like learning about some ships here because like it was Force book. I already knew what I was getting into with them, right? They're
Mhm.
solid. They've known each other for so long that their chemistry is just solid. And
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know much about and Santa because I don't know like I don't think I've seen anything that Perth like had been a lead in. Like he's been I think a couple side
Mhm.
characters, and then
Yeah.
Santa was new to GMMTV. I think I've seen like him as a side character in something before too. But their chemistry is unmatched.
Mhm.
I know there's people that really love like Perth Chumon and
Mhm.
but it's I think Perth Santa is a better pairing from what everyone's been
Yeah.
saying is the chemistry is just way different.
That's
Um
what I've heard as well.
yeah, and I mean they're like off screen like chemistry is also fantastic.
Mhm.
It's really funny watching like Perth change for Santa
Uh-huh.
because it's one of those it's like little things like he would never do like TikTok challenges and now he just does whatever Santa asks him to do.
Aw,
Um
that's sweet.
yeah. So it's been fun. I really like I talked about it already earlier, but like with Perfect Ten Liners, I'm very upset about how my Sundays are about to go. I need
Mhm.
something else to start airing on Sundays like immediately.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, the dentist show.
Oh, it's so good. Um
I forgot about that. I
yeah,
need to go watch that immediately. Oh my
it
god.
it's so good.
Okay,
I
now I'm
just
excited.
yeah, so Mark, I love Mark.
Me
we
too.
we
I'm obsessed with him.
I think we've established how much we love Mark. Um
Yeah.
it's been so long since I've seen him in a show. Like I
Uh-huh.
last Twilight happened after Only Friends, right? Or was it before?
Yeah, it was after,
Okay, so then that was like the last
I
show that
think.
we've like seen him in. Um, I
I
think.
know, and I'm used to seeing him in like every show.
Yeah,
So, it's
and
very difficult for us.
yeah, so it was one of those like when he came on, I was like, oh right, and then I'm like, oh, and also he's just gotten more attractive. Um, so I'm like,
I don't know how that's possible.
yeah, so I definitely like I had to like rewind a couple scenes because like my brain just shut down with that. I was
Uh-huh.
like, oh Mark, hi. I'm like, how again? How are you? Hear me out? Like, hello.
uh, I know. I feel like Mark just has such like a charisma that whenever he's on screen, even though like usually he's just like a side character, I'm just like, yes.
I'm
Like
so glad
that's
he's a
all
lead.
I care about. Me too. I'm okay. I'm so excited to go watch it now. I'll do that like right after this.
Yeah. You got a lot to watch. You need to watch that. You need to watch My Golden Blood. Um,
Mhm. I do. I got some catching up.
yeah. Okay. So we have that. And then I had Tale of a Thousand Stars we already talked about. And then
Mhm.
Not Me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that one made me cry.
Uh huh.
Like especially when White and Black's back. Um,
Uh
and,
huh.
and things go a little awry for a while.
Yes. Okay. I
Yeah.
know. I remember now. It's been a minute since I've seen that show, but I feel like that show is very memorable.
Yeah.
So, for the most part, I remember like what happens.
Yeah. So there's a point where Black comes back and Off's character, who I don't remember the name of,
Mm.
thinks it's still White, and
Yeah.
and Black just like beats
Oh
him,
no.
right? And he just takes it, and that
Yeah, that's a rough scene.
yeah, that upset me.
Yeah.
Um, and and then we have Love in the Air, specifically
Uh,
Sky's like story.
mhm. That's fair. That's
Yeah,
very
I think I
emotional.
I think I shed a tear somewhere around like Rain getting kidnapped, maybe, but also that one cell phone photo just
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that cell phone photo just takes me out. I'm like, I know I should be sad, but it's
yeah,
so funny.
it definitely ruins some of the moment. Um, I'm not gonna tell you what show, but there's a show that I'm watching that I want you to watch that has a new cell phone photo that is maybe
Like
not
just as
it's not as bad,
bad.
but it definitely that was
Okay.
where my brain immediately went where I was like, oh. I'm like,
Okay.
I hope this ages better than that one did because we haven't let
Y-
him breathe from that photo.
mm, no. I can picture it so vividly in my mind right now.
Me too. I am so sorry. No.
uh, yep.
And then the next cried is Jack and Joker.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So yeah. We're not gonna we're not gonna go
that
there.
yeah, that's all can of worms.
Yeah.
We'll be discussing it soon.
Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows?
And and then it's Between Us, which is
Mm,
the sequel spin-off from Until We Meet Again,
right.
which I also will not give any spoilers for because I want you to watch.
I know.
But
I've been meaning to like I do really want to watch that, but I know I have to watch Until We Meet Again first. Or at least
yeah,
I feel like I should.
yeah.
So,
So initially I said I don't think you had to, but then I started to rewatch it because it's one of my comfort shows, and I was like, I miss Boone Prem because GMMTV's slow to give them anything. And
yeah.
I was like, let me go rewatch this, and it definitely I don't think you have to, but it helps a lot because they
Mhm.
they reference a lot from Until We Meet Again. and without explaining
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, no, I for sure will watch that first.
Yeah.
That's just the reason why it's been taking me so long cuz
Yeah.
yeah.
Until We Meet Again is really good though. So,
Mhm.
and
I know I'm always just like I don't know if I'm in the mood for something like really heavy,
yeah, 'cause
but
I went
one
look
day I will be and then I'll start it. So,
yeah, I went looking for heavy, and that's how I stumbled on Until We Meet Again, because that was I forgot what I watched first, and then I was like, oh, I want to watch something that's gonna make me cry, and so I watched something in my room, and I was like, okay, I need something
uh-huh.
like I was like on a bender of like what will hurt my feelings,
Oh no.
and I went from Until We or Something in My Room to Until We Meet Again, and then from that I had to go to Between Us, which did make me cry.
Oh my god.
Not as bad as Until We Meet Again.
Yeah,
And then
you're a masochist.
yeah, I like a good cry. There is something
No, it's
cathartic.
cathartic.
Yeah.
I get it. I totally get it.
And it's if like I joke that I'm a crybaby, but like if you can make me cry, I feel like you've done a good job because
Mhm.
like with Pluto, like I didn't like anybody in Pluto, but I
Mhm.
still felt enough to feel like the need to cry over things that happened. Um,
Mhm. Right.
Whereas if it's a sad show and you don't make me cry, then you've failed at your job.
Yeah.
Um, so and then my last one for this category is Pit Babe
Right. Yep.
with with the ending there. Um,
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
yeah. So
Yeah,
that
Pavel really there's one scene where he just really gives it his all and
yeah
it's quite heartbreaking.
yeah. So there's like an episode like halfway through the show where I'm like, what's actually happening? I don't care about, but like
Mhm.
Pavel's acting and like reaction to
Uh-huh.
what's happening, like his babe's reaction to what's happening, hurts. But then
Mhm.
also the last episode.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so there's like two moments in there that are like, I'm gonna cry now.
It's the what you say. I don't know why I always whenever I like think about that scene that's in my mind that's the song that's playing.
Which one? The
What you say. You know the like
no, in which scene?
um you know at the end when I can cut this later if we need to, but when they're all like shooting each other and then everyone's getting shot and then I can only think of the one like whatever the fucking show is that had the what you say. Do you know what I'm talking
I know
about?
the song. I don't know the wait.
There's one. Hang on. And then they did like an SNL skit off of it. It's from the O. There's okay. The OC has ends one season with like the characters shooting each other, and then they just fall to the ground, and it's like the "What You Say" song. And
I
then they did like an SNL skit. So now, for some reason, for that scene when everyone's getting shot, that's like what's playing in my head.
okay. I don't remember that from the OC at all.
It's like the second season or something.
Oh,
I don't
it's
remember,
been so
but
long since I watched that because I was an avid OC fan.
oh yeah,
Ben McKenzie was gorgeous.
yeah. I know I haven't watched it in a long time either, but I did at one point.
Yeah. So shed a tear. How many do you have?
I have two.
Your didn't cry list is like all of them, isn't it?
That's yeah, literally all of. I only have four above the didn't cry, didn't watch tear. So
Yep. There there's a reason I'm the crybaby.
yeah, I'm just emotionless. I guess I don't know.
No, I'm just too emotional.
Yeah, it's a good balance.
Yeah. It makes interesting conversation for us because I'm like, this made me sob, and you're just like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did notice that I don't see 1,000-Year-Old on this list.
Oh, okay. I'll have to add it. Um,
Yeah, I just realized because I was like, like I know
yeah,
you cried during that show, but I don't see it on here.
yeah. I'll add it.
Okay.
I think that's actually gonna go under sobbed. I cried really hard with that one.
I know. I still think it's so funny that the scene you were sobbing for is I was like cackling, like.
Yeah, I just like I get why it's funny, but I was just so deep into like why it was sad.
And the thing I love about that show is to this day, I don't know if it was meant to be serious or if it was meant to be funny.
I don't know either. I have no idea.
So, God, I fucking love that show.
It's so good.
It is. Um, but anyway, for Shed a Tear, the first one I have is Last Twilight.
Oh, I didn't add that on here either, did I? On mine. No.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe not. Maybe I added
Yeah,
it.
you
I think I
added it.
added it myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I definitely like during the one scene where they go up on the mountain and the
yeah.
thing happens, I remember like I
Mhm.
definitely like teared up a bit.
Yeah, that's definitely a cried for me.
Yeah. I know I was kind of in between like do I put under cried or like shed a tear, but yeah. I'll have to rewatch it and see if I cry again, but
Yeah.
I I really do love that show.
I should do a
And it's
rewatch.
like it's just I know, right? I feel like it's just so beautiful and
Hmm.
lovely. So,
The fact that I still see people do the whatever the like the thumb to finger or whatever
oh,
thing
yeah, what are they? I
like
don't
for
remember. Oh,
yeah, I'm doing it but you can't see it.
me too.
Um
Yeah, I was doing it with the wrong fingers. I was like that's not right,
no,
but
it's
I
thumb on
figured
your
it out.
nose and pointer finger out thing.
Yeah.
Because I just saw somebody do it, like one of the other GMMTV actors, like last week, I think. So they're
Mhm.
still doing.
Yeah.
Um,
That's hey, when you have a show that good,
yeah.
leaves an impact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the last one that I have, which I don't even remember like specifically where I cried or whatever, but I just have the vibe. Was I Told Sunset About You.
Hmm.
Like I'm pretty sure I teared up at least a couple times watching that one.
Yeah, I so that's one of the more recent ones that I watched, and it's
Mhm.
also unshed a tear for me. Um,
Yeah. It's
um,
just like very much like it's just so emotionally tumultuous
hmm.
in a way where it's just like you feel so hard for the characters and um I don't know. The acting is so freaking good.
It is. I know one of the times that had me shed a couple tears was um oh god, I don't remember character names now. Hold on, let me
Yeah, I
um
don't remember either.
uh when like PP's character when he was like going through it there for a moment and
Yeah.
like when he's like trying on like the bra and
Mhm.
whatever and like having
Yeah.
like that breakdown that you can see happening. I know that
Mhm.
was one of the scenes that got me, but also there was quite a few times where Bilkin got me.
Yeah. No, that one like PP scene is what I was thinking of
Hmm.
too. And like there's some other ones. Like he really goes through it in that show.
He
So,
does.
yeah. Um yeah, that's I keep saying I need to rewatch that one too cuz it's been so long.
Hmm.
I'm like kind of curious what it'll look like to me now. So,
Yeah.
that one might move up, but we'll see after the rewatch.
Yeah. So were those the only two you had for that category?
Yeah, that was it.
I have three, six, seven. I have seven on here.
All right, what do you have?
Okay, so first I have my stand-in.
Okay, yeah. Where?
I don't remember specifically where I cried, but I know I did.
Okay, that's fair.
Um, because there's a
I think
few.
for me, because there's like one scene where like Joe just kind of like breaks and he just like loses it and he like yells at everyone, like storms off and stuff.
Hmm.
Like I feel like at least like I didn't cry, but I would say that was definitely the scene that was the most like I had the most visceral emotional reaction towards cuz
Was that the where the cremation was happening?
oh no, wait. I forgot about that scene.
Yeah.
Shit, did I cry watching this? Hmm.
Might need
I
to make
might
some
have. I
edits.
don't Yeah, I I don't remember if I shed a tear or not, but I feel like mostly that show just made me like angry.
Yeah, I just the cremation scene where everything like
Mhm.
everyone falls apart there for a minute. By everyone, I mean Joe
Yeah.
and Ming. Um,
Yeah.
I know at a
Cuz
minimum
I
I'd shed
was
a tear.
yeah. Cuz I was thinking of the scene where they're like shooting a movie, so they're like remote and like in a hotel, and like
Oh yeah, yeah,
his
yeah.
ex is there, and like
Mhm.
Ming is doing Ming things. And I just remember like that scene just being so like
Mhm.
I was just rooting for Joe to do his worst basically, but the like cremation scene too, that was
Yeah.
very I was pretty distraught watching that, so
Mhm. There's such good acting. I can't wait for their new show. I haven't heard anything about them starting anything on it, but
I haven't either,
they've been
but
together
I
a
am
lot more.
sat.
So, yeah.
That's good.
Um
Yeah, I mean, I adore my stand-in, of course.
mhm. Yeah, and then my next one is Love Sea.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. There's some moments where Pete's character is going through something again.
Mhm.
Um
Yeah. I still haven't finished that one.
yeah. So
I
it's
have
just
like 2 episodes left. I should just knock it out. But
yeah, there's a couple shows where I'm like I have 2 episodes, but I also just
mhm.
don't feel like watching.
Yeah.
um and then I have Never Let Me Go. And I that's
Oh,
Ponpuin.
yes.
Um
Yeah. That was a good show.
yeah, I think where they have their moment where Puin's character leaves. I,
Yeah.
I think that's where I cracked.
Mhm. Yeah, that's fair.
And then I have Century of Love. And I know I cried
Oh
or shed a tear, but I don't remember where.
yeah. Okay.
I have no idea where, but I know it happened. Um,
Yeah. That's a show, another one that's been on my list for a while now.
yeah, I don't know that it's my favorite Dao off-road show.
Mhm.
But it was really good. Um,
Mhm.
I don't think I actually finished it. I think I still have like the last episode, but I looked up what happens, and I think that's why I didn't finish it was because it annoyed me. Um,
I see. That's respectable.
yeah, and then I told Sunset About You, but we already covered that.
Mhm.
And then I have Two
Uh-huh.
Worlds.
Oh yeah, Two Worlds.
Yes. Um,
Yeah. I forget about that one sometimes.
yeah, there's some cave scenes that got me a little, I would say.
Okay, yeah.
Um, maybe a couple character deaths involved. There's a few
Mhm.
different moments where I teared up. Um,
Yeah.
that was also one of the like spicier shows that really surprised me from Max and Net. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It wasn't even like them too, right? Like it was like the side characters.
Oh, it was also them in the cave.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then
Okay.
like at the house in the woods, like against the like
Yeah.
railing outside. Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Uh,
I wasn't crying during those
no, no,
scenes
no,
though.
no. That'd be a fun tier list too, like best NC scenes.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, that could be a good one as well.
hmm And then my last one on this list is Moonlight Chicken,
Oh, Moonlight Chicken.
which
Yeah.
I just watching Gemini in fourth. I think
Mhm.
not even anything like particularly sad happening, and just them just had me tearing up.
That's fair. I feel like that's a show maybe I teared up to, but I just don't remember cuz it's been so long since I've watched it, but
hmm
yeah, that is also one where I feel very emotionally attached to the characters, so I like it's not out of the question.
Like Earth and Mix killed it in that show, of course, because it's Earth and Mix. But Gemini and Fourth
Mhm.
have stolen that show from me. That I'm like,
Me
I
too.
would love to see like a spin-off of just them.
See, yes. Also, I do kind of feel like their new show though will be a similar atmosphere.
No, for sure. It's one of those. I mean,
So,
I will take that too.
yeah.
Religious trauma is fine.
Yeah. Oh my god, the scene in that show where um uh the like the parent you learn that the parent doesn't know sign language.
Mm-hmm.
That's crushing scene. Like,
Yeah.
maybe I shed a tear for this one actually. Like for that part. That's yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go back and make a couple edits here.
Yeah, maybe I need like an in between tier where it's like I I'm not sure if I did or not, but it's possible.
Mhm.
uh, Perhaps a tier. Tier.
That would be like everything else I've watched.
Yeah.
Me, just like my entire MDL.
My golden blood.
Mm-hmm. We're only 2 episodes in. It could happen.
It could happen. You never know. You know?
Yeah, because that's from what's airing right now. So that's where Perfect 10 Liners is on there, even though it's still airing. But
Mm-hmm.
from what else am I watching? I wouldn't be surprised if I cried during Top Form.
Okay.
And honestly, wouldn't be surprised if I end up crying in Sweet Tooth Good Dentist. I don't know why, because nothing is set up for that right now, but like, maybe.
If you cry during Osan's love, I'll be impressed.
Honestly, probably should be on the list. I'm pretty sure I cried. Because of Mix, as usual.
Earth and Mix, yeah. Honestly, they just kind of they do it. Like they have that effect.
Yeah,
No matter the show.
No, I'm definitely gonna have to add Osan's Love to shed a tear. I'm gonna have to
Mm-hmm.
because Mix, the last time that he left Earth, when it was like
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
that time, that one got me because that was like the reasoning behind that for him is what upset me.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's like I'm still
yeah,
upset about it.
yeah. I'm sad that one's ending. By the time this comes
I
out, the show's gonna be over.
know. Yeah, I know. I've been loving that show every week.
Yeah,
So.
that was good. In the beginning, I really was not into it at all. I was like, I was only
Yeah, I
watching
could
it
tell.
because of Earth and Mix, but I was like, this is not my sense of humor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I loved it off the jump. I did
Yeah,
like the sense of humor. I mean, it's definitely over the top and extra, but at least it knows what it is.
yeah, like,
And like I'm a fan of that.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it was by no
It's
means a
super
bad show. I
camp,
just,
but like
yeah,
it knows it's camp. So,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't have anything else in didn't cry, and I'm assuming just everything I named that you didn't cry in, is in your didn't cry list.
Yeah, honestly, there's a good amount on this list that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
So, maybe if I watch them, my list will change.
If you don't shed a
But
tear until we meet again, I'm gonna be so surprised because like that literally destroyed me.
yeah,
Like,
we'll see. I'm like kind of scared.
yeah, if you don't cry in something in my room, I wouldn't be surprised because I think that's one of those that like is specific to me being upset more than anything.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
because it's kind
Some
of a predictable outcome at the end. So
sometimes it kind of depends too on like your mood that day or like
yeah.
stuff like that too. So it can be like kind of
Mm-hmm.
dependent.
So, but yeah, that was
Oh.
that was fun.
Yeah,
Makes me want
we
to go.
love crybabies here.
I hope so. Yeah. So you guys should tell us in the comments what made you cry that I haven't seen, so I know what to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Also fill out the tier list for us and tag us so we see it. 'Cause I
Yes.
want to see who hurt your feelings the most, basically.
Yeah. I'm very curious about this as well, so
Hmm.
please.
Yeah. It's always fun to see.
Mm-hmm.
Um, revisit this maybe in a year and see what I add to it.
Yeah. Probably a lot.
Yeah. Because it's one of those, I'm like, cat for whatever, cat for cash. I know I'm going to cry in. I feel it. To get to heaven, I'm confident I'm going to cry in. Oh.
Yeah. You didn't cry in OnlyFriends?
I don't remember crying in Only Friends.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much shit happening.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
I just,
fair.
Like maybe like one of the times Ray has a breakdown, I maybe cried, but I don't remember crying at all.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't. I definitely don't think I cried during the
yeah.
show.
Me going, yeah, I probably didn't cry. I bet it's in one of our recordings of me going, yeah, I cried in the sea.
Yeah. Check the archives.
Somebody call me on it.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, it was very, very common for Cow Tongue to make me cry. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm. Yeah, he's
Um,
good at that. He's such a pretty crier, so
he is.
him
So,
and First. I
yeah.
feel like First is always crying because he's such a pretty crier. Oh wait, only friends. The scene where they're outside the bar and First is crying. I
Yeah.
feel like that one
Yeah.
may have almost got me, but
Yeah. Um, yeah, I might have to add that to shed a tear. Cause I was,
any show if you think about long enough, you can find a scene where it was like, oh yeah.
yeah. Cause I was thinking about it because I also didn't list the eclipse, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I shed a tear in the eclipse at some point.
Mm, right.
But I have no memory whatsoever. I binged that one so fast after Only Friends.
That's exactly what I did too.
So I I might have to go back and rewatch that one to see if I cried.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, but yeah. So I think that wraps it for today.
Yeah.
A little bit shorter episode, but that's all good.
Mhm.
I think next
Can't
week.
all be 3 hours.
No.
Thank God.
Yeah. I don't think I could talk about me crying for 3 hours either.
No, yeah.
So, okay. Well, you can find us as usual on Instagram and TikTok at bl.in.the.air. Twitter is BL in the air. We're also on Discord. The easiest way to get there is through the link in the description. And we're streaming video on Spotify and YouTube and streaming audio everywhere. Um, so you can find us wherever you're currently listening. Definitely be sure to share your tier list with us, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.